All right, my YouTube family, I am back again with another video. And on this video, I'm going to look at two pairs. So we're going to have a pretty quick video. We're going to look at one pair that I'm in a trade that you can currently see right now. And the other pair we're going to look at with a trade that is a possible trade setup that may develop. All right. So basically when I trade, I'm going to tell you how my trading style is. I don't trade Ichimoku all the time. Most people will probably think that I just trade Ichimoku, but I'd be a losing trader all the time if I just traded Ichimoku, because Ichimoku is set up to trade in an environment of the market when it's trending, not when it's ranging. So if I'm trading the market the same way all the time, then I'm going to lose, because the market's not always doing the same thing. The market's not always trending, and the market's not always ranging. So if I trade the market as if it's ranging when it's really trending, I'm probably going to lose. And if I trade it as if it's trending when it's really ranging, I'm going to probably lose. So therefore you need more than one style of trading. So everyone thinks that I'm basically just a Ichimoku trader. Well, that's not true. I can't be just an Ichimoku trader, or else I'll be a losing trader, right? So looking at this trade here, I'm going to put Ichimoku on my chart and let you see why I don't use it on here. But basically when I get into a trade with Ichimoku or without Ichimoku, I always have levels where I'm looking to trade. And those levels are basically going to be support and resistance levels, not your typical all the time support and resistance levels. Now some of those levels could be horizontal levels, all right, horizontal support and resistance levels. Some of those levels could be based off of Ichimoku with my Tenkan, my Kijin Sen, my Kumo Cloud, all right, because if you ever watch Tenkan and the trending market, you'll see how much the market follows Tenkan. So I'm going to show you that on the next pair that we get to, which is going to be the Aussie US dollar. But let's look at this right now. So a lot of my students, when we learn, first thing we want to learn, we want to know where to trade. So we want to have that level, all right. And then we want to have, so we call our trade setups a LST, because we want to always have a level. We don't want to trade if we don't have a level. And then we want to trade when we have a setup, but we don't want to take the trade just based off of a level or a setup, because when we have that level and setup, then we need the trigger. So we call that LST. We always want to have LST, level, signal, and then trigger. If we don't have one of the three, then we don't get into the trade. This kind of helps us to keep that discipline. But again, still you have to follow your rules. So you got rules, it helps you to keep your discipline. So you can see here I'm looking at the Aussie yen. Let me throw Ichimoku on here so you can see what I'm talking about with trading Ichimoku when the market is really sideways. And Ichimoku is going to tell you that it's sideways pretty much, because look how flat Kijin-sen is here. It's not really moving. Look how tight together Tenkan-sen and Kijin-sen are, and they're not really moving. They're not moving to the upside really. They're kind of flat. Now you had a little move here when the market started moving. You could see where you got the angulation, but now you got flat. Now it looks like we're starting to possibly build some momentum here. But when you see all these crossovers, TK crossover here, another crossover here, and it kind of got really tight right here, and everything was kind of flat. You really don't want to be using Ichimoku for this environment, all right? You want to see the market move a little higher outside of this level. Now, if you did keep Ichimoku on here, you really don't have a setup right off the bat, because you want to pay attention to some things, all right? So with the crossover, you would have a setup for a long move, because you got a TK crossover that's bullish. Then you got price coming down to your Kijin-sen. Now see, I don't like to just take trades based off of the market flat and then all of a sudden I throw Ichimoku on here. So when I took this trade, I already had a level. But now when you look at this, it does look like your Ichimoku is helping you a bit here, because you could see the bounce off Kijin-sen. You can see the bounces down here, but I really don't want to say that it was honoring those levels, because you could see where it went through back and forth here. Then it kind of honored it when it was flat here. So Ichimoku is not really made for this type of environment. So a lot of times when I see the market start to do this, I'll take it off my chart. So I'm going to leave it on to show you that basically what I'm looking at here is your crossover is bullish, your cloud is bullish. So basically you could start to see your bias. Your bias is you got Chiku span coming out of price, because Chiku span was in price all through here, and that's pretty much where the market was kind of more sideways. Now as you could see, when we came up here, Chiku span was above price, then it got inside price. So with that 26 period delay here, you could see we probably were inside this area here. But then Chico span got above price, and you could see the market start to move a little higher. So now we could start really looking at Ichimoku. Now I didn't jump back into Ichimoku because I already had trades set up. I already had a level. I already had everything I wanted. So I was looking to trade this to the upside. I'm going to take Ichimoku off and then show you what I really was looking at. Now I had my level already set, so I had my level, and then when price came down, I was looking at a couple things. You could see the structure of the market basically, because you could see this support level here, this resistance level here. The market sat on support, then went up to this level here. Now how did I get this level? I got this level from back here. All right, this level was drawn in from back here. So when the market was down in this area, I had this support and resistance level drawn here. The market violated all that, so I could take it off. So I go to the next level, and you could see where I had it drawn in from back here. I didn't draw this level here. I drew this level from my left. I looked to the left of me, and I could see this level, so you could see how good it is. So you have resistance here, you have resistance here, a little bit of support right here, right? And then you can see that. That's why I put that level on my chart. So then when price got to this point, we kind of figure, okay, that's going to be a strong level where the market's going to fall, and the market did fall. But the market fell to one of our levels. So when it fell to our level, we were looking to go back to the upside because we're looking for the market to possibly move back to this point again, all right? All right, because the market's going to probably attempt to break that level, so it's going to come back to that level. Now, you would have first thought the market was going to come back to this point, because when I look at the market, I look at the market doing the same thing over and over until it proves otherwise to me. All right, so I went down to the 4-hour time frame because I already had my bias, I already had my level. And then when I looked at my level and I had my zone, this was my zone and my level right here. All right, so you could see I had my stop loss down here. This was a zone that we had prior to the market even coming to that point. We already had the zone drawn in here. But what I did when I saw this here, this area here where we had a lot of indecision here, I boxed this market in, because basically the market's not going to do anything with those previous candles here. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. So I was thinking the market was going to go long, but while I'm inside the box, I'm not going to make a trade. So we have pretty much what we call inside out trading. All right, and I kind of take a little bit of it from the Darvas box theory, but not the whole concept, because I have a few things that I add to my own to make it my own thing. Now when we box this market in here, the market has to go one way or the other. It's not going to stay in this box forever. When it went outside of the box and traded above the box, that's when I got into the trade. Now you can see it even came back, touched our top here, and then you get another opportunity. If you didn't catch the break, you would have got a better opportunity. But now we're looking for the market to go to this point here. We kind of let the market guide us with the fractals. So that's what I'm looking at with this Aussie yen. So guys, I'm not just an Ichimoku trader. I know how to trade the markets because I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm not just looking at Ichimoku, but Ichimoku is something that I really, started mastering, I guess you could say, and been putting stuff about it on YouTube. So let's go to the next pair that we really want to look at. We're going to look at the Aussie US dollar, and we're going to look at that with Ichimoku, okay? But first I want to let you see I have a support and resistance level up here. So this is going to be a resistance point, because you could see where I drew that in, and I got that level from back here, and I kind of made it like a zone. You could see that zone. So a lot of times I draw my zones in. I'll just do something like this, make it a zone. I'm going to do it right now. We might as well just make this a zone. So we can make this into a zone, right? What we'll do is make this from 2000 and make this from up to 2020, and then we say okay, and then we have our zone there. So we could use that zone all the time. So now we're looking for the market to approach that zone, to come to that zone. Now when I look at Ichimoku here, you can see how strong it's trending to the upside. So when the market is trending strong with Ichimoku, you could see how strong Tenkan is moving to the upside, Kijinsen's moving to the upside. You got to move to the upside here. Now you're starting to get some volatility here because the market's starting to slow down. And then you're starting to see a little bit of divergence here. Now divergence to me doesn't really kick in until it gets to a support and resistance level. This could stay in a state of divergence all the way up to a point. But when it gets to that support and resistance level, that's more than likely where you're going to see the market drop, and you'll see that bearish divergence kick in. Now, because you already have divergence here. So if I'm looking at divergence, and I'm looking at from this point to where we are currently, right? Just looking at that, let's see what the market's telling us. Okay, so we'll look at that. The market is trending to the upside, right? Well, the oscillator is trending to the downside. I'm not pretty straight with this either. So that means we have bearish divergence, which means the market's losing some momentum, and there's a possibility that it could drop to the downside. Divergence can last for quite a while. I always try to tell everyone that divergence can last for a while, so don't just base your trade on, oh, there's divergence, I'm jumping in a trade. Again, when we see divergence, we still need things for us to trade. So if you ever decide to come visit us and trade with us, it's going to be, we need a level no matter what we're doing. We need a signal and we need a trigger. All right, so we're looking here now at Ichimoku. We already have a level. As I said, Tenkan is one of our levels, Kijin-sen's another, the cloud's another, and then we have horizontal support and resistance and other levels that we still look at that are super strong, that we like to pay close attention to. And then we look for a setup. Now, I could tell you a couple things. This is a daily time frame, so I'm not going to show you exactly how I would do it on a 4-hour time frame, because I'm not going to trade the daily the exact same way, because I'm going to have a bigger stop loss. So normally on a 4-hour time frame, I like to box that in so I could get a nice trade opportunity. But with the daily time frame, I don't really want to box it in, but if I'm not getting the signals that I need to trade, then I'm not going to be able to trade this pair. All right, but now looking at the bounce off of the Tenkan here, we got a little rejection off of Tenkan. You could see that rejection. So the way I'm setting this up, right, with that rejection at Tenkan, I'm looking to put a stop loss around this area. I'm going to look to enter a trade about this area here, because that's the high of the rejection, and my target is going to be up into the level here at 77657. So you can see what we have here. All right, so pretty much this is a daily time frame, so things are going to be a little bigger. You got not a big stop loss based off of the daily, a 46 pip stop loss, and a possibility of making possibly 77 pips, 80 pips or so. And if we make it to the top of our zone, it could be even more than that, because we'll get to the top here, which could give us a possibility of getting over 100 pips there. Now, I think when we get to this zone here, the market will drop to the downside. And the reason I'm saying that is because basically that divergence, when you have that divergence, that means our trend is starting to get weaker. So that trend's not as strong, and when it hits that resistance level up here, then that's probably where we're going to see the market drop. So if I didn't even take this trade, and I didn't even look at Ichimoku, if I'm not going to take this trade, if you don't take the trade, well, we already have another level. When price gets to this point, I'm going to look for a setup and a trigger to take me short based off of this divergence, this bearish divergence and the support and resistance level. Now when I go back, this is going to be considered not really a double top here, but a good strong resistance level. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. Have a lot of opportunities to look at the market and get into some decent trades, but currently the market's been kind of slow, a lot of sideways movement, barely doing anything. So some of those trades I try to train people not to take those kinds of trades. We want to get in high probability trades. So when we look at high probability trades, we always need that level, signal, and trigger. And that will help you to get into a higher probability trade, because you already have your level. You're not just jumping into trades because you see something. Even if you get your setup, and if it's not at a level, we really don't want it. And if you get a setup with no trigger, then again, you don't want it. So we want our trading to be high probability. So that's going to be the end of what I'm looking at here based off of that. I want you guys to see a couple things really quickly. On my site, basically I've changed some things around so you might have a little bit of interest. So I'm going to show you really quickly. All right, so this is the home page here of FX at one glance. So I changed the home page around a little bit and try to explain what I do here, let everybody know. But then if you go to the members page, this is the members page, and I've changed some things here too. So if you ever want to just become a member here, I've changed things so that maybe it's a little bit more affordable for people, because I'm not really doing it for the finances. I'm doing this because I love to do it, and you know, just love to help people trade, help people to understand and know what I'm knowing. So here you see this is our membership, and this is what you would look at. So we have a 1 month membership, which is $100 a month, and it's a recurring fee, and you can cancel that at any time. And then we also have a 6 month membership with the payment of $500 for the first 6 months, and then $500 for the next 6 months, and then that's it. You're good. You never pay another dime, or else you could pay a one-time fee here, and you're good forever, as long as I have my site and as long as I'm trading. And so you get the same thing with all the with the courses. Okay, so with the membership, so the 1 month membership, the 6 month membership, and the 1 year elite membership is going to give you the exact same thing. The elite membership never expires. Okay, this expires after 6 months. Again, you could cancel that, or else you could let it go for your next 6 months, and then you're good for a good. And then this is just monthly, because I know a lot of people are going to probably not stay the full time. Now I do have members that have been with me for years, all right, since the day I started doing this. All right, but here's what you get with all the memberships. You get all the video courses and all the new video courses and all the updates to the video courses. You get the members forum, the members chat room. You get the webinars, the weekly and daily market forecast, the trade setups, educational videos, and like I said, that's $100 every month. Or you could come to this one, $500 every 6 months for twice for 6 months. And then you got the full-time lifetime membership there. So what does that all get you? I just showed you. Online video courses, weekly webinars, members chat room, members forum, market forecasts, live online training, trade setups, one-on-one private training. So, you know, start your membership today. Let me show you one more thing. I'm going to show you what our chat room looks like, and then I'm going to show you our forum real quick, and then you could get on out of here. So this is our chat room. Basically, you could see when you're in the chat room, once you get into the chat room, you always get the messages updated. So you'll always see every message from the time you join the chat room, or you could delete those messages. So I could go back as far as I want and see all the things that were posted here, and what people are talking and what I'm talking, and what, you know, nobody will ever really miss what we're talking about. All right, so that's the chat room, and you know, it's pretty active there. A lot of times I post a lot of my trades here, a lot of the trade setups, and sometimes I don't get to post them on the site a lot because it's just, I've been so busy. But I'm going to show you the forum also, where there's a lot of things for you to look at. All right guys, so this is the forum here, and this is the members forum here. Up top is just a free forum, anybody could come in here, but down here is the members area, so the free members cannot get into this area down here. So when you look down here, this is where I have my trade setups and alerts, and this is where I have my if I'm going to have a webinar, I post it in here, webinar schedule, and then I play the webinars in here. Then I have a weekly and daily market report. So you could see this is full of videos. These are all videos. So you could see we have a market report. We had our last market report yesterday. We didn't have one today because I'm talking to you guys. And then we have our reports all the time, daily, weekly. And then you could go back and look at the video. These are all the videos for each day, each time during the week. Most of these videos, they're going to talk about the market, the whole market, every pair. And I'm going to talk about every trade setup that I have, every trade that I see. So that's what I'll be looking at, the trade setups, the what the market's doing and what may happen with the market. All right, so that's what we're looking at there. And then you could see educational videos. I have some educational videos in here, and I don't have the Ichimoku courses on here. The courses are on the main site, but there's some educational videos here, and these are always updated. And then the main site has the courses. So this is where the courses are. This is also where those weekly market forecast videos are, but they're not as updated as where they are in the forum. I don't always put them in here, but I always put them in the forum. And the trade setup, same thing. Most of it is in the forum, and the educational videos again in the forum. But the courses are all on this page here. You know, they're not on the forum. So guys, if you ever think about becoming a member, you know, we have a lot to offer. Have a lot of satisfied people, a lot of satisfied customers who really enjoy trading with me, trading with us, and we have a great community. So hopefully we see you there. If not, just keep watching these YouTube videos and I'll keep putting them out for you. But guys, until next time, have a great one and God bless. So long.